have you recognized that you actually remember and learn and grow more when you do something and when you gain experience through practice rather than when you read and all of that? I actually came across this concept called the cone of learning or the cone of experience by Edgar Dale, and it fascinates me because it goes to show why on earth reading can actually be a form of procrastination, right? In access. While actually doing the thing is what makes you truly learn something and truly grow. So, what does the cone of learning actually look like? Right? It's a pyramid that shows what's the best way to learn and grow. And at the top of the pyramid, you've got passive learning, and then at the bottom, you've got active learning. So passive learning says this: you remember 10% of what you read, 20% of what you hear, 30% of what you see, and 50% of what you see and hear. So you might read, hear, view images, watch videos, right? Go on some sort of expedition and watch a demonstration. And then at the bottom, you've got active learning. So you remember 70% of what you say and write, and you remember 90% of what you do. So you may participate in hands-on workshops, design collaborative lessons, simulate a model or experience a phenomenon, or design, perform a presentation, or experiment. Now, I want to really hit this home. So what makes you learn and grow the most is when you design, perform a presentation, experiment, and when you actually do the thing, okay? I can't emphasize this enough because this explains why so many high performers with perfectionism prefer passive learning over active learning, prefer reading and watching all these videos and consuming all this information to feel like you're making progress, when in fact, active learning, which means doing the thing, designing, performing a presentation, or experimenting, is actually what works. Consuming information and knowledge these days has truly become the new form of procrastination. So make sure to instead analyze, define, create, and evaluate. This is how you truly learn, all right? That is what is required to go from passive learning to active learning. So I really thought this, cone of learning, cone of experience is really helpful to understand why it is that we tend to actually learn and grow more through experience, through practice, through doing the thing, rather than being in our head and kind of just passively consuming. So be aware of that and try to kind of catch yourself whenever you fall into passive learning. Because obviously, we are meant to sometimes, passively learn by observing others and learning from others, right? But let me ask you this. How can you actually take what it is that you're consuming, what you're learning passively, and synthesize what you're learning and start to teach it, guide others through it, help others learn it? That is simply what I'm trying to do with, what I'm doing. When I help others, high performers, create a life and business of freedom from perfectionism with the power of the subconscious mind, I simply, also learn from others, right? I also look within myself, what I've learned, and I synthesize that information in which I passively learn, right? And I apply it. I actively learn through kind of communicating it, right? Through the different channels that I have and through helping others and holding space for others. I learned so much just by doing what I'm doing right now by speaking out loud and sharing this concept. And you can do the very same thing. But what happens is that you oftentimes simply stop when you have passively consumed something. And so something goes in one ear and goes out the other ear, and you never truly integrate it. You're never truly able to feel like you've totally grown from it, you know? And I know this for myself because I was there. Trust me. You know, I've been and truly was a perfectionist for a long, long, long time. And I went on this perfectionism pendulum from, you know, kind of being in procrastination, going all the way through to hustling and grinding, and all the way back again. And it was just this constant back and forth. And so I was passively consuming. And let me tell you this too. Procrastination is obviously, you know, pretty obvious that is very passive consumption. But then again, you have grinding and hustling, which you might think that you're learning a lot from, you know, hustling and grinding all the time. But if you're in a state of stress and overwhelm and you have a lot on your plate, right? You're not really able to fully integrate and learn what you're going through and growing through because you are so stressed, yeah? You're not opening yourself up to fully let it in. We're actually more receptive to information when we are in connection with our breath, with our bodies, right? When we bloom beyond perfectionism. So now you know more about the Kona learning and how it actually works, and that there is such thing as passive learning and active learning, and that the very best way is to learn through doing. And so if you catch yourself right now in procrastination or hustling and grinding, in passively learning, but not actually integrating things, not synthesizing information and kind of expressing something through creation, through contribution, then you are more than welcome to apply to join the other sunflowers and bloomers in the Bloom Beyond tribe, right? By going to bloombeyond.com/apply, send through an application. We'll have a look at it. And the 256 members limit in this group. We have monthly cohorts. So there's a waiting time involved, and we make sure that those that actually apply and come in, that they are committed to actually overcoming the perfectionism, overcoming this passive consumption, and this kind of way of learning that's not truly helping you fully grow and integrate things. Because we would want you to truly be a channel of creation, right? To be that which you truly are, which is the sunflower and bloomer who shines your light, is able to learn and grow fully and completely. And you can only do that when you truly overcome perfectionism. So again, make sure to apply to join to the Bloom Beyond tribe. Go again to bloombeyond.com/apply, and we might see you on the other side. Until then, stay bright, brave, and balanced.